All right, folks, so this is the same thing as yesterday. And except, of course, that we're going to be doing something tangent and cosine instead of sine. So yesterday we did sine, but today we're doing tan tangent and cos cosine. And let me fix these problems. I have a little bit of messiness here. And missing that x here. There we go. So pretty much it's the same thing, except you might see a tangent or a cosine. And I'm doing both tangents, one with the x on the top and one with the bottom, just so you can see the algebra difference. So let's get started here. First thing you do if x is on the bottom is try to get that linear here. So we're going to times x on this side, which means we got to do it on that side, and they cancel out. And we get x times tangent of 30 degrees is equal to 25. And then we'll divide by that tangent of 30. And we have to do it to this side, of course, tangent of 30. And then x is by itself because that will cancel out. And now it's 25 divided by tangent of 30 degrees. But we got to find out what that tangent of 30 degrees is, so let's do that. We'll go tangent, where is it? Right here, tan. Make sure you're in degrees again. When I went back to this website, it was in radians, so I got to switch back. Tangent of 30 is 0.577. So really it's 0.577, so 0.577 on the bottom, and then 25 on top. So x is equal to those two divided, so let's do that. So it's 25 divided by 0.577. And so it's 43.33. I'm going to go ahead and I'll just put 43.3. 3 digits is good enough. 43.3, that's good. So this one should be a little bit easier when x is on top. We'll times 50 on one side and times 50 on the other. That way these two cancel out. And we get that 50 times tangent of 45 degrees is equal to x, because it's just x on the one side now. So x is equal to those two multiplied. And it's going to be quite easy. You'll see why. Because when you take tangent of 45 degrees, it's just 1. And so it's really just 50 times 1, which is just 50. That's the answer. The only way this would have been harder if this was a different angle, then it would be 50 times, 0.707 or whatever, some other number. All right, let's get to these cosines. So here's an easy one where the x is on top, so we just multiply 42 on one side, but we got to do that to the other side. And we'll cancel those out here, and we get 42 times cosine of 45 degrees is equal to x. So x is equal to, I'll just flip this equation around so it looks nicer. 42 times, and what's the cosine of 45? Let's just do that now, because we're going to need to. Cosine of 45 is equal to 707, 0.707, so 0.707. So these two are multiplied. And so x is equal to, let's times that by 42. About 29.60, I'll just say 29.7 because these two are very high numbers right here. So I'm going to round this to 29.7. Oh, is it 29.7 or 26.7? 29.7, okay. So 29.7. This one is where we have to times the x first to get it, in one nice line here, and times x on that side, and they'll cancel out, and we'll get 8 by itself. And we got an x times cosine of 23 degrees. Then we divide by cosine of 23 degrees, and then we have to do that to this side as well. Divide by cosine of 23 degrees, and they cancel out. And x is by itself now, equal to 8 divided by cosine of 23 degrees. Why did I choose 23 degrees? I don't know. I made up all of these, 45, 30, 60, 23, whatever, 15. I just make them up. But 23 is a cool number. 23 is the degrees that the Earth is tilted on its axis. So the Earth is tilted on its axis as it rotates around the sun by 23 degrees. That's why when the tilt is headed towards the sun on the top, it's summer for the northern hemisphere and winter for the southern hemisphere and stuff like that. Also, there's 23 pairs of chromosomes in the human body. Also, 23 happens to be the number for Michael Jordan. And also, I heard there's 23 flavors in Dr. Pepper. Maybe that's why I don't like Dr. Pepper. There's too many flavors in it. 23 flavors is too much. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on. So let's do, what is cosine of 23? Let's go see. Cosine of 23 is 0.92. So really it's 0.92 on the bottom and 8 on the top. And let's do 8 divided by 0.92. 8 divided by 0.92 is equal to 8.69. Yeah, 8.69, we'll just say that. I think you could round it if you wanted to. 8.69 is equal to x, and we're done. And that's all there is to it. The only difference is yesterday was only sines. Today we have cosines and sines. And today in your homework assignment, you'll see that there's cosines, sines, and tangents, all three. So you just have to make sure you do the correct function.